integral from minus infinity to infinity e of minus x squared dx called the Gaussian integral. In this video, we shall solve this integral using the Poisson's technique. Let's do it. Let's label this integral as expression 1. So we draw the graph of the Gaussian function e of minus x squared. Evaluation of this integral means finding the area bounded by this Gaussian function and x-axis. As the Gaussian function has no elementary antiderivatives, therefore we will have to devise a certain methodology to solve it. As we know that changing the name of variable in the integral doesn't affect the integral, so we can write a to b f of x dx is equal to a to b f of y dy. Likewise, we can write minus infinity to infinity e of minus x squared is equal to minus infinity to infinity e of minus y squared dy. Here, the name of variable has been changed. So, we can write the expression 1 as integral from minus infinity to infinity e of minus y squared dy. Let's label this expression as 2. Now we multiply these two expressions. After multiplying these two expressions, we get I square is equal to minus infinity to infinity e of minus x squared e of minus y squared dx dy. We have formed a double integral. Now we combine the powers of e and write the integrand as e of minus x square minus y square. It can be written as e of minus x square plus y square dx dy. Let's label this integral as expression a. This integral looks to be more complicated than the original one. We shall evaluate this integral by using a transformation that will convert a double integral in Cartesian system to a double integral in polar system. The integrand in Cartesian system is f of xy is equal to e of minus x squared plus y squared. We shall convert this integrand into polar integrand by using the transformations x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta. Here r and theta are the new variables, where the variation of theta will be from 0 to 2 pi and the variation of r will be from 0 to infinity. As the limits of x and y are from minus infinity to infinity, therefore the limits of r will be from 0 to infinity. As x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta are parametric equations of a circle, so our region will be a circular region, that is the inside of a circle, x square plus y square less than or square. Now we replace the values of x and y in f of xy and we get f of r cos theta or sin theta is equal to e of r cos theta whole squared plus r sin theta whole squared. After simplification, we get f of r cos theta or sin theta is equal to e of minus r squared. So the integral, the double integral from minus infinity to infinity e of minus x squared plus y squared dx dy now becomes equal to the double integral from 0 to pi e of minus r squared r dr d theta. So the expression a can now be written as I square is equal to the double integral 0 to 2 pi 0 to infinity e of minus r squared r dr d theta. Now this double integral can be solved easily. We shall first solve the inner integral 0 to infinity e of minus r squared r dr. Here f of r is equal to minus r square. F dash r will be equal to minus 2r. We have r, minus 2 is missing, so we multiply and divide by minus 2. Now we can write the integral as the integral from 0 to infinity e of minus r squared into minus 2r dr. Here we shall make use of the integration e of f of r into f dash r dr is equal to e of f of r. So after applying the integration, we get the inner integral to be e of minus r squared with the limits 0 to infinity. It can be written as 1 over e of r squared with limits 0 to infinity. After applying the limits, we get, and after more simplification, we get the integral I square is equal to minus 1 by 2, 0 to 2 pi 1 over infinity minus 1. So I square will be equal to minus 1 by 2, 0 to 2 pi 0 minus 1, as 1 over infinity tends to 0. So the integral become I squared is equal to minus 1 by 2 into 0 to 2 pi minus 1. After simplification, I square will be equal to 1 by 2, 0 to 2 pi 1 d theta. Next, we integrate the integral from 0 to 2 pi 1 d theta. Integration gives theta with limits 0 to 2 pi. After applying the limits, we get I square is equal to pi. Taking the square root on both sides, we get I is equal to square root of pi, which is the solution of the Gaussian integral.